Hi, welcome to my channel. It's Dr. Erica, pharmacist. Please like, share, subscribe. My main channel, Erica Onigbola Farm D. On that channel, I talk about pharmaceutical, I talk about disease state management, nutrition, exercise, and diet. I also talk about mental health on that channel as well. This particular channel is a supplement. I talk about also a small bit of pharmaceuticals on this channel, delicious foods. I talk about nutrition, and I talk about travel. I talk about things that I would like to do, Bible interests, inspirational talk about the Bible. So please like, share, subscribe on both my channels. Thank you for joining me. I'm talking about dye-free products. Dye-free products is now being phased into the industry here in pharmaceuticals as well as food industry as well. If you haven't already learned, FDA and the CDC have found that dye coloring, particularly red dye number 3, has been cancer causing, and that was found during a research institution where the actual animals that they were working on developed cancer cells after being susceptible to cancer, after being in the presence of these red dye number 3. Red dye number 40 is more uh, more commonly used in foods and in products for drug production. I want to say that the red dye number 40 is a under a continuing post research trial to find out if it is also cancer producing. However, it has not been stated to be a cancer risk. So do be aware of the difference between the red dye number 3 and the red dye number 40. So again, red dye number 40 is okay to continue to use, but red dye number 3, please note that if you have any products in the active ingredient that says red dye number 3, do not use it, and continue to purchase items from your grocery, from your pharmacy that only promotes red dye number 40. I have two products here that I want to show you that state that the item is actually dye free. You will notice as of January 27 and January 2028 that pharmacies now will be showcasing over the counter items and dispense product, tablets, gel caps, as well as liquids, as well as children's products will show that the item is dye free. It will actually say on the box dye free, and I have a couple of examples here. It will say dye free, or it will say dye free in large or small writing. This is a children's cherry or apple flavored. You might also see the word clear. Now, if you see the word clear on the box instead of dye free, then that means the same thing, that the red number 3 has been discontinued now. And a lot of, here's another example, and that is bubblegum flavored. So all of these medications that are being phased out are for coloration, bubblegum flavor, apple flavor, cherry flavor, strawberry flavor. All of those have been phased out already. But as of 2027, 2028, January of both of those years, there are stipulations and laws in place. The other video I just posted, I talk about the history of regulation of pharmaceuticals from 1940 all the way to 1960, 1970. The American industry was found to be unsanitary, was found to be ineffective, not safe, and contamination was rampant during those times. Diseases were rampant during those years and decades. So that was why the start of additives and the start of monitoring and regulating the use of additives, whether it be coloration or preservation additives, all of those were starting to be monitored. And so those laws were recently revisited after the use of the red dye number 3 during research and those animals being found to develop cancer. Carcinogenic is what the word is in scientific terms. Carcinogenic. I put it down in the details section so you can read for yourself and research for yourself to learn more. I would suggest when you're any item that you're purchasing, whether it's for food consumption or for medication consumption, do please read the inactive ingredients as well as the active ingredients. The small print will tell you a bunch more information than the big prints that we usually look at and decide upon purchasing an item. So these items are again are dye free that I have shown you. And again, it may say clear, or it may say dye free, or it may say in regulation with a new law, something of that sort. But and again, this is pharmaceutical related, and there's also food related phasing as that's going on right now. And good to say that a lot of the manufacturers of pharmaceuticals have now begun to already remove that carcinogenic chemical. So again, check with the fda.gov, the CDC as well website to learn more about the laws that surround the purification process, the safety and efficacy surrounding pharmaceuticals, if you don't know already. And again, just to give some background information about my studying, I graduated from pharmacy school. And while we're in pharmacy school, we learn laws, we learn just not only on hand, um, not only on hand, but we learn the laws that are the foundation of what we're doing outside in the community. It's not just about dispensing, but we're actually standing on 1940s, 1950s regulations, ordinances, laws, people who worked under, you know, inhumane conditions and then were taught and supervised by the FDA and the DEA to get things up to standard as we know of in today's time. So it's fascinating to see it all being played out again. And again, it's just, for knowledge base, but I do appreciate, what we do as pharmacists and what I've learned. So as pharmacy students out there, pharmacy technicians who wanted to become pharmacists one day, do understand that you'll learn all of this, and it's worth learning, it's worth applying. And I wouldn't, I don't think I'd trade it, but I think that we have to know our foundation. We have to know how all of this started before we can actually help another person or move forward, growing and passing on information. And so I'm glad that I was able to share with you in this video the new regulation and show you some examples of the new labels that you will see on the manufacturer's purchased boxes or containers. So thank you for joining me. I'm Dr. Erica, and I hope to see you on the next video. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Bye-bye.